So my boyfriend and I are starting to get to the point of moving in together. I have a disability that can cause me to get sick, faint, and have medical issues. He knows I have it, but hasn't seen the full effect too much because we've been distant. We've been long distance, so only seeing each other once a week at most. I'm not sure how to have the talk about how bad it can get, and I'm scared that he'll back out. Any advice on how to have that talk or how to date with medical issues?
That is a great question. Is there a way to like say, I'll talk?
So
just go.
Yeah, just whoever has something, you can go first, and then we'll just keep going from there.
Okay, I just don't want to be rude, and if there was like a sign or something
No,
I
you're
needed
good,
to
you're
be
good.
like, hey.
I thought you were feisty tonight. Just
Yeah, no,
go for it.
that was me being feisty. No.
So nice. Like,
No, that's a great question. I feel like, one, if you're nervous that they're not going to be able to stick around or handle that, they weren't meant to be your partner in the first place. But I think there's also a way to comfortably talk about this with your partner, that you are comfortable and they are comfortable. So that would be something that either if somebody that you already know or a friend that really knows what's going on with your situation, a family member that maybe you could sit down and kind of bounce it off of them and pretend they are your relationship partner, that might be a way to do it. But writing it down for me is one of the biggest things, because sometimes when I sit in front of people, all of a sudden I completely forget what I was going to say. And then I'm all over the place. I'm a bumbly, emotional mess. And for me, I like writing it down and being able to just let them know, like, hey, I have a couple things I want to talk to you about. They're really important to me. Obviously, don't have them doing other things like playing video games or watching TV, and just being able to sit there and go through those points.
Definitely, if it's something like moving in together and actually having a place together, definitely should discuss it in depth prior, because that's a big step and it involves money with the couple, and that's a mess. But there's videos online, as dark as they may be. If he hasn't, or he or she hasn't witnessed it in firsthand, how that kind of situation can happen, I'm sure they can see videos of how to take care of that kind of situation if it may happen. So just to kind of be a little prepped and prepared just in case. It's better to know and not see it in first person than to not know what to do and you do, just be prepared for it a little more.
and I think a lot of this has to do with what somebody is ready for in a relationship, their maturity level, the commitment level too. I mean, if you're serious about somebody and you guys have been dating a while, but you only see each other every once in a while, then, you need to make that step and be vocal and talk about yourself and how they can help you if it happens, or what they need to be made aware of. Now, if it's like a not a very serious relationship, they probably won't ever encounter it. But I feel like being honest and upfront is very important, because some people are not ready for that. Some people will, if they see blood, they'll pass out. If they see somebody having a seizure, they will freak the fuck out and not know what to do. So, I think you owe it to them to educate them on the process too, because they maybe want to be there with you. So I don't think it's something you should avoid. I think it's really not too big of a deal in my aspect. Like, I think it's educate the person, let them know, and see how they respond to it.
So I have a little experience in this area. My partner, she has a autoimmune disease. She has MS. Yeah, and we're going to be eventually moving in together. We've been dating for going on about 3 years now.
4 hours?
I had to check the time.
No, I actually
Be like, 5 minutes, it'll be 3 years.
Yeah. I don't know why I looked at my clock. Like, I think that's actually coming up soon. But anyways, it's made navigating COVID really difficult.
I'm sure.
She's very nervous about what's going on. And it's made like just doing anything, period, because we don't live together, very difficult. But eventually we're going to move in. But like, her biggest concern is when she gets older, what's going to happen is her leg's going to start to give out. I had to constantly remind her, you have to slow down. You are not 21-year-old anymore. And if you go too hard, if you push yourself too hard, you're going to start to feel the symptoms, which typically for her, it's her legs start to get tingly, and just a general lack of energy. And So I'm constantly there to remind her, just like, like, hey, you have to slow down. And so I'm very prepared for when we finally get a chance to live together, which we're currently in a place of shopping, for a place. That I'm prepared for that, whatever it holds for that situation there. I'm scared. I'll be scared. I'll be down if I don't say I'm not scared for whatever happens. Yeah. So I definitely get where that person's coming from. You just got to communicate. You just got to be ready for it. Honestly, just whatever comes with it, you have to be just ready for it. Just have you have your other half. You have your partner. Just communicate what comes with it.
That's good, Jojo.
So I've talked about this stuff before because my partner Lucky has it's called myalgic encephalitis or chronic fatigue syndrome. So it's something that is incredibly disabling, but it varies a lot. And one of the things that I'll say is going to sound bad, but not everyone is cut out to live with someone who has a disability. That is not, they're not a bad person for not being able to handle it. Everyone's threshold for stress and for different situations is different. So if this person turns out that they can't handle that, I wouldn't necessarily take it as they don't love you. It just means that their threshold for that kind of lifestyle is lower than someone else's. And that is a possibility. Like they might be the kind of thing that they can't handle. It's just one of those things that's just the way that it is. It's very difficult to live with someone that has a disability because your relationship is not the same. It's not simple. You can't just, go out whenever you want and do all these things because of the fact that that person has a disability. So it's just, there's a lot of lifestyle changes that come with that. As far as how to talk about how bad it can get, honestly, it's have the conversation and I would say have it seriously before you even move in. Because if you're at the stage in your relationship where you're talking about moving in with each other, but you haven't discussed how bad your disability can get, that's an issue. So I would definitely say that you guys should really, really sit down and you should lay it all out on the table and say, this is what it's really like. And explain to them that it's not going to be easy, and also make them feel comfortable with the idea that you are aware that they may not be prepared for that. Because your partner is going to be just as scared about jumping into this, moving in with you and everything that comes with it, as you are. So as we normally say, communication is going to be the most important part of this. And as well, allow them to learn about how to deal with it and allow them to help you, because at some point, if you are living together, you might need their assistance, and trying to do it all on your own or keep them out of it is going to affect the relationship in a negative way. So hopefully that's as helpful as I think it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good advice.
I think also with just what Jojo said, because that was great, don't be embarrassed either. I know that, it can be a struggle because we feel like it's not healthy, or, obviously an autoimmune disease or anything isn't healthy, but if that's what you have to deal with, know that, there's a lot of other things out there, maybe even groups or other things to feel a part of something you can look at too, so you don't have to fully rely on that significant other, which might also kind of put a lot of stress on the relationship. So building that support group.
Oh, can I add one more thing? and this is just because from experience, sometimes people that are not feeling well at the moment don't realize this, but their personalities and the way that they interact with their partner changes. Make them aware of that, because the last thing you want is for your partner to think that you are upset with them or that you are angry with them. And it's not that, it's that you feel like shit. And that's just the way that you're reacting. That's something that I had to we had to work on and figure out that I'm okay, when he's not feeling well, he is not speaking to me in that manner because he doesn't like me or he's upset with me. It's because he's not feeling well. And it makes a huge difference for your partner to know that that's where it's coming from. Like, it's not, they're not angry with you. They're not upset with you. They just don't feel well or as well in that moment.
I wanted to add something on that.
No, please.
Earlier. I looked at my clock when I was like, we've been together for X amount of years. The reason I said that, I missed our anniversary.
Oh,
no!
You suck, dude.
But I just texted her because it was yesterday, and she was like,
it just happened.
Wait, was it really?
Oh, okay. Oh, you got off the
He
hook.
forgot about it too.
Wow, you
Woo!
both suck, dude.
I have here's the thing. She's like, you're more organized than I am because I legit have like a bunch of dates written on my phone, important information. I've been so stressed out, and so is she. So we're like,
right on your phone,
yeah, just pencil, just
post-it notes. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like she probably remembered, but she pretended not to remember to not make you feel bad.
No, I she's not like that. I don't think, but she's like, don't apologize. It's okay. I remember every time it popped in my head. My ditzy brain filtered, forgot to mention it. Period.
She's secretly watching the stream. She's like, I forget. But
I mean,
Like, aha, I have the evidence.
It's fine. I'll just pretend that I forgot to.
clipped it. Where's it at?
Yeah,
Where's the clip?
yeah. Here's the clip, honey. Remember this happened? But
10 years down the line, she's having an argument with you, and she's like, and in 2020, you forgot our anniversary.
It's on the internet.
oh god, yeah. So
Internet doesn't forget.
internet was good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
All right.